For the past few months, I've been snagging some free games that I've been meaning to try out, and one of those games was the first Homefront. The concept was interesting, but tons of people hated it and said it was bad, so I never bought it. But getting it for free was a justifiable reason to give it a shot. I've only played the first few levels, and gameplay-wise, it's kind of lacking. It feels like a really ambitious mod for Call of Duty 4, and capturing footage for this was the biggest pain because the frame rate is so god-awful. Now, the game takes place in Colorado, but in a place I haven't been to for years, but I want to make a quick note and say that there's definitely not a White Castle down there. And speaking of that, I want to say that all the product placement in this game so far seems really poorly out of place, especially when there's billboards for Pabst Blue Ribbon next to fake made-up businesses. But the first few levels aren't enough to form a proper opinion, so perhaps I'll come back and do a full review once I actually beat the game, and who knows, maybe I'll even look at the sequel that most people also hate. Though, with how things are going and what I've witnessed, it seems like most people are probably going to be in the right on this one. It, again, just feels like a really poor mod that happened to be sold for $60 and published by a big corporation. And that's the theme I've noticed so far while making these videos, is that everything seems to be either not what the creators want, or they just not what they could have been. Sadly, this is just another thing to add to the pile.